welcome to the Enemies of the Fire podcast. We are here after a week-long break, which feels like two somehow, and we have all sorts of craziness to talk about with the Ballon d'Or, Champions League, and just Chicago Fire giving us all of the emotions on both sides. As you notice, there are only two of us again. The people are getting sick. Sickness is going around. James is out sick tonight. DPG has too many children. And you're left with us. I am FC Neo Tokyo. That is Serena. And girl, how are you doing this week?
I'm good. I feel blessed that I'm not sick yet. I'm like the last one standing. So
yeah, even my parents live 3 hours away. They're sick.
Yeah, all this virtual sickness flying around. But yeah, I'm staying healthy. I'm good. Watched way too much soccer last week and this weekend. Like I'd probably just mind-numbing insane amount, which is fun, but also, it's been a lot.
So where is your watching been mostly like? Is it just all Bundesliga all the time, brain bleeding, or just like Bundesliga in one corner, MLS 360? We got Premiership.
I watched a lot of Bundesliga this weekend. I watched a lot of Champions League during the week. I mean, there was so much and all the games were so spaced out. They were Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I watched one on Wednesday, one on Tuesday, two on Thursday, and then Bundesliga game on Friday. All of these were during the day, so they were all like on my iPad while I'm at my desk.
That is the way to go.
Taking a break from work or whatever,
I mean, dude, you gotta listen. You can listen to stuff. Well, if you're working a desk job, you can totally listen to stuff. And like, I
have it up on the side, and if I hear the announcer start screaming, I look over. You see all the exciting stuff. Except again, when I think we'll get into it, but the Dortmund Juventus game, I did not get many opportunities to look away from the screen because they were screaming every 30 seconds because so much was happening. So, but yeah, a lot of good games.
I'm excited. I can't wait to get into it, but. Before we do, we have to talk the Ballon d'Or. Dude, do I just have a blind spot? Was I just like sick and like worried about going to see concerts and stuff? Or like, is the Ballon d'Or not nearly the big deal that it kind of used to be?
Yeah, I feel like it always surprises me. It always comes out of nowhere. I feel like I saw something. They might have posted about it last week saying, reminder, like, we're announcing next week. And I remember thinking, I saw it and I thought, oh, okay, that seems like it's out of nowhere. And then I forgot about it again. And then yesterday, or like the morning of, start seeing like, slots 29 through 25 come out on Twitter. And you're like, oh, shit, that's today. And then they hook you and then they make you wait 8 more hours until they actually announce the top 10.
Which is wild. I don't know, man. I feel like, unless I'm an idiot, this used to be later in the year and more like in an international window to where guys would most of them would go, right? But now I guess we're getting word that like people fucked off and did not care. Like Erling Haaland was like hanging out in bed and was like busy. Peace,
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know when it used to be. I would think that would make sense. I mean, I think PSG was playing during the ceremony, so Dembele and whoever else, Vitinha, I guess, or whoever else is on PSG, none of them were there. None of them were at the PSG game. They were all in Paris. So I think PSG lost. They were playing Marseille and they lost 1-0. But like, yeah, it's literally happening during a game, and they're in Paris.
And that was weird. Tim Weah scored that goal, did he or did he not?
Oh, did he?
I believe so. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't watch French football. I've been told my whole life it's a farmers league. Anyway,
well, it was an own goal apparently.
Oh,
so it could have been actually a Tim Weah but own goal sort of situation.
Who knows? I know Tim Weah is playing pretty well. Anyway, not well enough to win the Ballon d'Or. So part of the lack of pomp and circumstance might be the death of the Ronaldo versus Messi thing. I'm not entirely sure if that's all it is, but like, I don't know. That used to be the whole hot topic every year. But
who's it gonna be? Yeah.
But the last 2 years have been kind of surprising. Like I mean, nobody's happy with last year, right? I always get them confused. Yeah. It's Rodri,
kind
of
out of the blue.
Yeah, it wasn't Pedri, it's Rodri, right? So like, everybody's kind of like, what? And then Am I a dummy? This one caught me off guard. Usam Dembele, this year's Ballon d'Or winner. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think so. I just keeping up with all of, what people were talking about when PSG actually won the Champions League. Everybody was like, okay, Dembele's going to win it just because they won, they won the final so monstrously. Like there really was like such a conclusive win. And, he was so instrumental in the Champions League. And I feel like that alone is like a nut because I mean, Ballon d'Or is like a PR competition. It's just like who you have vote for you. Like, especially now that Messi and Ronaldo, like that whole thing is gone. There are so many guys that deserve to win it or could potentially win it. Like you could see all the top, maybe not all of them, but like the top 5 definitely like
well, you
could all
could have
win it.
saw
I thought
a case for Erling Haaland for sure.
Yeah, Haaland. I mean, Raphinia, I think, was the big robbery. I can't believe he got 5th because he had the most. I think he had the most goals and assists over everybody. But they didn't make the final of the Champions League, or Barcelona didn't make the final of the Champions League. So I think that not having that takes it away from him. But then on the other hand, you're like Dembele, like you just said, Farmers League. So they won the league. PSG won the league. I don't know that actually counts for anything.
I was being
Whereas
a little
Barcelona
facetious.
was battling Madrid.
Well,
I think it's true to a certain extent.
You bring up Madrid, that's who I would have, if given a vote, and again, I didn't watch a ton this year, but like, I would have voted for Vinicius because he was killing
it.
And
he got 14th.
Which is wild. I mean, there was I guess, technically last season, but there was a part of last season where he was quite literally unstoppable, like the best player in the world. I don't know. I just was thinking he had a bigger year, I guess. But
and I mean, maybe some of that too was technically categorized in the previous year when he thought he was going to win it, and everybody thought he was going to win it. And I mean, I think he was also injured this last season a little bit, so. And I guess Madrid just kind of falling on their face generally last season did not help him. I mean, Mbappe got like 7th even. He didn't even get top 5, I think.
I don't think he played. I mean, he's playing well enough now, but I don't think he played well enough last season.
It was a slow start. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Shout out
I think the
Dembele.
Dembele, yeah. I think the big robbery too, I would say, is one of my faves, Guirassy. Dortmund guy. He was tied as the UCL top scorer, even though Dortmund got knocked out in the group stage. He scored so many goals in that he was tied with Raphinia for a number of top goals scored. And he was 21st, which is, I'm not saying he should have been top 10 or, top 5, but I think he could have been a little higher than 21.
I mean, it's hard once you get past 5. Doesn't really matter. It's just, it's really nice to be involved in the conversation and like, what are we really arguing about, right? But
that's true.
So
the Lamine Yamal at 2 is crazy though.
I think it's deserved. I mean, it's insane to be so good.
Not
as
over Raphinia.
Well, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, he also won the child award for a second year in the row, and that's great. Like
Golden Boy.
I don't think being a child. Yeah, Copa or whatever. I don't think being young and good, I don't know if that means that much more to me, at least. I mean, I guess it's like cool, but I don't think it makes you like a better player just because you happen to also be extremely young.
It doesn't like, it's not like, oh wow, he's achieving this on top of being like, it's about who's the best, right? Whether it's a 40-year-old or a 15-year-old.
Raphinia was better.
I'll give you that. I will give you that. Just for how much longer though? Yamal might be inevitable.
And he has got plenty of years left to maybe he'll just get the next 7 of them. I'm sure he will win next year unless something horrible happens.
Unless he becomes Michael Owen. Anyway, so I have a question for you though. It's a bullshit award. It's a popularity contest. Does an American win this award in our lifetime? You've got at least 11 years or so, like longer to wait than I do. But
I was going to say when we're really old, maybe. It's going to be Kavan Sullivan is what Andrew was saying.
I like that shot. I like that optimism. Kid's 16. What happens when he's 22? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I
I mean, I don't know who else we got in the. I mean, yeah, again, maybe in like 40 years, 30 years, we have some brand new talent. Maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe I could see some of the guys like maybe the young guys now getting in the top 30, like in the 29 area.
Are you shocked Pulisic didn't get any love at all?
Not really. I mean, Milan didn't do any. The Milan wasn't even in anything. Like,
They weren't in
I think that's a
anything,
big
but
thing about the Ballon d'Or.
yeah.
You know, not winning any. That is all factored in. It's the trophies. It's like, what did your team achieve with you as a contributor? And I feel like Milan, that just wasn't their year. So
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been their year for a while. But
yeah,
so you think we're way off still? You don't think there's a reality where like Christian Pulisic, like, because right now, and we'll get to this later, Christian Pulisic is playing the best ball of his life. He literally came in and scored instantly today. He's leading the league in goals and goal contributions, and like I
yeah.
don't know.
Hey, I think it's also I have to look more into this, but just the way the Ballon d'Or is decided, I think it's like I don't know if there are any American journalists who are in the voting pool or like how like because I feel like that is a big part of it. Like you have, I think looking at last year's, I remember looking at the split and it's like, the Nigerian journalists are all voting for Ademola Lookman because I mean he's great, he was great, but like
They
there is I
saw
think a
him
little
more.
bit of
They're more
that.
familiar
All
with
the
him. Yeah.
Spanish, yeah, exactly. All the Spanish journalists are voting for guys on Barcelona and Madrid. Like I wonder what the voting makeup of the Ballon d'Or panel is to like, really favor an American. And I just feel like unless he becomes like the biggest sensation star ever to the point where it's like absolutely undeniable, I just feel like our PR poll isn't good enough in the world of soccer yet.
That's probably the smart answer. I will say this. I do kind of feel like this generation that we have with Christian Pulisic and Weston McKennie, all them doing what they're doing. This will be the last round of like having like so much taken out of expectation for being an American. Right? The expectation is like the best he could ever be as a rotational player in most Europeans' minds. Right? No one thinks
Yeah.
that like, oh, we could just oddly have a Luka Modric or a, you know what I mean, or Erling Haaland. Like, like these countries have these players and no one bats an eye about it, but because the American stigma, yada yada, I think this is the last time you're gonna see the American stigma because trust me, I despise the guy. But I think Christian Pulisic has definitely been like counted out for being an American. He played
Yeah.
great ball everywhere he's been pretty much. And I mean, yes, he is not the best in the world. He's not going to win the Ballon d'Or. But like he's still what I would call a world-class player. 100%. You
Yeah,
can't
definitely. And he's a star. I mean, he's a star, definitely.
Yeah, you can't tell me
Like
Raphael
he's
Leao is world class and Pulisic isn't, or like,
no. Yeah. No, I think he definitely is.
I,
Yeah.
So Serena, you didn't get to hear this theory, but I have a theory why Christian Pulisic plays well. The worse material conditions get for people, the better he does. COVID,
I do remember us talking about this.
COVID, he was
Yeah.
playing amazing. Like, last year, all the unrest, he having it balling out of his mind. This year, like
Yeah.
we're losing free speech. He's killing it immediately. This guy is
Yeah.
a fucking angel of death. Anyway, so
No, it's definitely true.
the worse your life gets, Christian Pulisic will ball better. So
Yep.
America, listen, if we get a depression, we're gonna win the fucking World Cup, man.
That's what. Yeah. We need the conditions for the Pulisic Ballon d'Or or top 10 Ballon d'Or. I don't even want to know what those conditions look like.
No, it's
won't be pretty.
That's when California sinks into the ocean, Pulisic will win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to derail us. I'm with you, man. You look around at the current crop of players, even the children, and there just isn't an indication that it can happen. But then again, like fuck. Hercules Gomez won the Golden Boot in Mexico one year, coming off the bench. You know what I mean? Like, guys put up stats and have big years out of nowhere sometimes. So you never know. Like, Calvin Sullivan's the good shout. I like that. I like that idea, man. I think that is our.
That was Andrew. All credit to him. I was like, oh, you're joking. Like, any serious answer. But yeah, I think if we're talking like super future, I do really just think that, like you said, being an American just it works against you in so many ways in Europe, and Ballon d'Or is primarily, a award for people who play in Europe, and I just feel like it just is going to be a while before we have, even if there are people that deserve it, it's going to be a hard battle to win.
I was shocked that they gave it to Messi the year where like half his year was at PSG and the other half was at Miami. Like, I was shocked that they would give it to him. Like, by the time they awarded him the award, he played for Miami.
Yeah.
So
that's
like,
right. Yeah.
I was shocked that they would hand an award to a current MLS player. So you never know what might happen, like things will shock you. But anyway.
Yeah, it actually does say Messi Paris SG / Inter Miami on the Ballon d'Or website, which is,
it's kind of
always
wild.
Have
that. That's going to be a trivia question like for centuries. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Americans in Europe, I saw a very fun video today. Chris Richards, who put it out? It was like NBC or somebody, right? So they had Chris Richards in a locker room with a bunch of like old school Premier League jerseys, and he guessed who the American was that played. Now, I'm curious, Serena, did you do the thing that I did, which was like try to guess before he did and or before he turned it around? No?
No, my knowledge of old American players is not anywhere near as good as his or yours. So no.
Oh man,
I was mostly admiring the kits themselves. I mean, I love old kits. I was purely admiring.
I got fooled by the same way he did with the Boca Negra being a Fulham kit, and then the McBride kit not being a Fulham kit. That did shake me up a little bit, because I kind of forgot about Boca Negra. You think about but yeah, he was a part of that whole full America movement. But what a fun video. Like, Chris Richards.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a ton from him, but like, dude is like the most personality I've seen on the like, other than Weston McKennie on the team. Like,
how old is he? He's 25. He feels so much younger in a way.
He does. He seems
in a good way. Like, he has a lot of energy.
Yeah, he seems young and like vibrant and youthful, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Love his hair too.
Not like an old 25-year-old.
Oh, jeez, man. Some of these guys have been playing soccer since you were like 11, and your knees are 40-year-olds and you're 25.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to shout that out. It was a cool little video. I had fun because I did the thing. I was like, oh, that's Donovan. Oh, that's Friedel.
Played along.
Yeah, I definitely played along. So, all right, I want to talk Champions League. But before we do, there is a non-Champions League, well, could be a future, but a non-Champions League story that came last week that we didn't get to cover because we were not here. Jose Mourinho to coach Benfica, baby. Ugh, the special one. What do you think? I mean, he did take Porto to a Champions League title.
Yeah, he's so funny. I saw something, where he said, yeah, thinking about it now, like, my time at Galatasaray was a huge mistake. I never should, like, I know better now. I wouldn't make that same decision now. It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
what a shock that you say that. Haven't you been saying that?
I mean,
but I think this is a better fit.
Oh, it's 1,000. I mean, he's going home, right? It's. Yeah. I mean, I will sing till I'm blue in the face that, like, a lot of these people enjoy being at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wild, but
And in some ways, I mean, I thought when he went to Turkey, I kind of thought it would work because that league seems so, and again, I don't watch a ton of it. I just, from what I see in clips and like highlights, but that league seems so, there's just so much emotion and so much drama and energy, and like the derbies are so crazy. And I kind of was thinking like that might match his sort of just general style as a person, but it could also go the other way, which I think it did, where it was too much of a clash. Like how many clips did you see of him screaming at people and getting kicked off, or saying crazy stuff and people getting mad? So not that I think he won't do that in the future and won't continue to do that, but I think it might just be like, I think this environment, they know, they're like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
we can put some bubble wrap around him, and
I think
you know
he's
to
gonna
expect.
I think he's gonna have a resurgence. I think he's gonna put together a very solid team. Because like you say like, oh, of course it was a mistake to go to Turkey, but like Turkey is one of those countries where like they'll be for lack of a better term, they'll be dynasties, right? Like Galatasaray will be amazing for 4 or 5 years. So almost at that point, you're no longer playing the league, you're playing Champions League, right? You're almost
Yeah,
above the league. You're focused on how far can you get in that tournament, or it'll be Besiktas, or it'll be Fenerbahce. But like, it's hard to turn down a big job like that. Like those, you know.
yeah,
We talked, I mean, the last time we were on the show, we talked about the old firm joining Premier League. Like, those are still big jobs, man. We really kind of poo-poo some of these places that are actually, like, legit jobs.
oh yeah,
So,
yeah, huge, yeah. I mean, and yeah, but I also do think, yeah, Benfica really. Again, I don't watch a ton of their games. I did watch the highlights, or maybe even some of the actual game versus their first Champions League match against Karabag. Not to put Karabag down, Azerbaijani team that was like, I think this is their first time in the Champions League, maybe, or at least if it's not the first, it's one of the first few. And I think Karabag beat Benfica in the last few minutes. I think they had so
they
it can
must
only
have,
get
because they
better. I
got 3
think he's
points.
coming to a team. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So I think he's coming to a team that needs some support anyway, and I think that's good.
That's a league where, like, coaching is separated. Like, I almost feel as though if you were to put your Jose Mourinho's, your Pep Guardiola's, your Klopps, and throw them in a league like an MLS, where it's so much like the talent it's almost like a governor on a car. The talent hits a ceiling. And so the coaching is what makes the difference on those teams. Like, are we going to find out Kurt Anolfo is a better fucking coach than Pep Guardiola, like, when it comes to it? Because he doesn't have world-class players? But, like, no, seriously. Like, I would love to see kind of like a coup of big coaches taking smaller jobs. I think that would be a
Yeah.
lot of fun to see who really. It'd be a big, measuring contest. But still, speaking of a big,
And then they jumped the fire.
speaking of the Champions League, do I see this correctly? Am I an insane person? Is it just a fucking large table of 36 teams?
Yeah, I mean that was the first week, so there's still a lot to play for. A lot of random teams in a good way. I think that's what makes it fun. You have, I mean, Karabag, you have Kairat
Yeah,
in Kazakhstan.
yeah. I am by far a huge supporter of, like, mix it up kind of thing, but, like, what happened to my pretty little groups of 4 or groups of 8? Like, what
Yeah,
are we
it's
doing?
it's so confusing. It's just so confusing. And like, yeah. I mean, I'm glad at least, and I'm probably misremembering. They probably did start this way last year, but I just remember last year, and again, they're probably going to do this again. But I remember last season, there was one day where all of the matches were on the same day. All of the like group stage matches were it was like 16 games in one day. Like, and I think most of them were at the same time.
Oh, they
It
have
was
to be,
insane.
right? Like, because of collusion
Yeah.
allegations and stuff, right? So, yeah, no,
Yeah.
last year's format made it so I didn't watch it. So this year, like, I'm
And
forcing
I think it's the
myself.
same format.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same format, but I'm forcing myself to, like, pay attention. So, due to some sort of alphabetical issues, Eintracht Frankfurt is in first. So,
I think it's goal difference. They was a total smackdown. I watched that match until it literally got to be 5-1, and I was like, well, I don't need to watch this anymore because
I don't
even
need
it
to
was
see him.
Galatasaray. It was crazy. I mean, it was weird too because I think it was 1-1 until like the 43rd minute. And I had it up and it was going into the 45th minute. I saw there were 3 minutes of extra time added. So I turned it off because I was like getting ready to go to the gym or go do something. I don't remember. I turned it off. I was like, oh, I'll pick it back up. I'm sure nothing will, it has been boring for the past 10 minutes. I'm sure nothing will happen in these 3 minutes of extra time. I get back, I tune back in after halftime. The score says 3-1. And I was like, what? 2 goals scored by Frankfurt in those 3 minutes of extra time, which is I've just never seen that. So yeah, it was a smackdown, a lot of goals, and that's why they're top of the table. I don't know that. I mean, I think Frankfurt's good. They did lose their league game the 3 days after that, so I don't know. They're not super dominant. I'm not sure that will.
Well, that's what I was
stand for
going to
very
ask
long.
you, because the last time I really have thought of Eintracht Frankfurt, it was either the guy from Houston, Ricardo Clark, played for them, or like Ricky Fuller or whatever, the striker from Salt Lake. One of the two went to their team when they were in the second division.
Ricardo Clark.
Oh shit, Ricardo Clark.
Look
So
at you. Yeah.
So they made the Champions League. Like, what's going on? Are they a solid team? Are they going to put up another good run this year in the Bundesliga, or was it like everything came to an apex and this is? Oh,
No, I think they're good. I mean, they were really good last year in the Bundesliga, and I mean, obviously, because they made Champions League. They made it pretty far in the Europa League last year. Also, I think they made it to they lost to Tottenham in the second part of the second part of the 2-game series, and I think that was the quarterfinals. Yeah, must have been maybe the semifinals. One of the
no, it
two.
wasn't.
They made it pretty far in the Europa League.
Oh,
Yeah, it must have been quarterfinals.
okay. So quarterfinals of the Europa League. Now, wait, do they still do the thing where some of the teams after this stage get booted into the Europa League?
I don't think so.
Dude, they don't do nothing fun anymore. Like, I
Yeah. Well, there are too many teams. Yeah.
I used to love that because it was kind of like
That
a
would be
double
great.
elimination tournament, Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
wait a second.
But yeah, Frankfurt looks good. They got some new guys too, like some good players. They made a lot of money in the last transfer window because they sold Omar Marmoush to Man City, and they sold Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool. Good big Ekitike news today. If we have time to talk about it, that I thought was very funny. They had a game today, and he did some silly things, but both great players,
what do you
and
do?
both. I mean, it was for 100. It was a cup game, that whatever it is, EFL Cup, and it was against Southampton. And Ekitike comes on in whatever 60th minute. It's Southampton ties it up, so it's 1-1. Ekitike scores a goal in the 86th minute, and then takes his shirt off, gets a second yellow. He was already on a yellow. Gets a second yellow and gets a red card. Gets kicked out.
No, that's.
It was so sad because you could tell he just must have completely forgotten that he was already on a yellow, and so yeah, it was. Everybody's like blaming him online.
That is the hardest celebration. Like when you score and you're like, "Fuck it, give me the yellow, baby!" Whoa, rip off your shirt.
Exactly.
But then when it's the second yellow, it's like, "Oh my god, are you stupid?" Because, oh my god, I remember.
Yeah. And there's this great moment where Frimpong comes running up and he's like, even there are pictures of it. He's like, you're gonna get what are you doing? You're gonna get a red card.
Oh my god. Well, that's why you pay that guy the money. He's staying in the game, man. Oh, what? That's I love guys making mistakes like that. That's great.
I know it's funny, and he's young, and he was just excited, but that's why I think we should revert, and no more that rule should not exist. You shouldn't get a yellow for taking your shirt off. Everybody likes it. Everybody likes when you take the shirt off.
Okay,
it's fun.
Everybody likes it now because it's the bad boy thing, right? But the thing is, back when it was the thing to do, you're taking 2 minutes off the clock putting your shirt back on, especially back in the day too, when them bitches were like bed sheets because they were so baggy. It would take them they would waste a minute and a half getting a shirt back on, and then the refs would be like, "Yeah, no, we're out of here. No extra time. Sorry." It's just it got bad. But a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of that
fair.
gets cleaned up. So let's go
I
to
like
the
it.
best. Let's go to the best game of the week here. Dortmund and Juventus. Our boy Weston McKennie involved in one of the goals.
Mhm.
Tell
Yeah,
me, Did you watch this?
I did.
Serena's work. Don't watch. Did you watch this game?
Yeah, exactly. I will say I didn't watch like the first. Not that it matters. I didn't watch the first 30 minutes, and I think that nobody had scored. I watched most, but I watched most of it, and it was a goal fest. I mean, ended 4-4. I think so, there was a period of time where the goals were coming every 30 seconds, or like not 30 seconds, that's wrong. Every like 3 minutes. I think there were 3 goals in like 7 minutes. And it was really ping-pongy. It wasn't just that Dortmund scored all of them and then gave it up. Ultimately, that is kind of what happened. But it was for a while, it was like back and forth goals in a really exciting way. I think it's the most amount of goals that have been scored in one Champions League, any like of the group stage games ever, other than one. And this is a weird fact, but other than one other game that also involved Juventus, that the coach of Dortmund, Niko Kovac, was a player in that game that also ended 4-4.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know what year that was.
May I ask a dumb question? Was Kovac, is that the guy from Chelsea? Or is that a different Kovac?
I think it
That
might be.
well,
He's
as
been
she
so many
looks
places.
this up,
I forget.
the score they scored
Oh
in
no.
the 94th and the 96th minute.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I mean, I was rooting for Dortmund, and I could not believe my eyes. I mean, I couldn't believe that they did that. I will say once they scored the 94th minute, I was like, okay, actually I can believe that there's going to be an equalizer in our near future, because it just was so shambolic, and the defense was like giving away goals at that point. But I could not the 94th minute, I couldn't believe they actually did it. So classic Dortmund. They love just coming in second, giving up leads. It was crazy.
All right, I can't ever pronounce his name, but Vlahovic or whatever. Yeah, I can't believe he's still the main striker over there at Juventus. So I'm gonna say this out loud. I don't really recognize any of these Dortmund guys. Was this a rotated squad, or is this their go-to?
No, this is their pretty much their go-to. I mean, Girassi, the striker, I love him. He's been with them for 2 years now. He was with Stuttgart before. He's amazing. I mean, he's really good. He's a little bit older, um, but he's really in form. And yeah, he didn't score in this match, which is crazy. So maybe he's not actually that in form in the past few weeks. But yeah, he's great. Some young guys, and then some of the backline. I think all the backline at least was there at least last year. But definitely no guys that have been there for like no one you recognize if you hadn't been like really paying attention and watching their
Yeah,
games,
because
because
when
there are
did
no
they
like
get
big names.
when they get that Sabitzer guy? He was over at the Red Bull thing.
Leipzig?
Yeah, Leipzig.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, maybe 3 years ago. Yeah.
did we get a fun game because neither of these teams are that good? Or no, I mean
I don't even think so. I think we got a fun game because the goals were like really good. Like none of them were. I mean, except for the penalty. Honestly, even the penalty was really good. Like the actual penalty shot was great. It was one of those ones where the Dortmund penalty was Bensebaini. He looked one way and kicked the ball the other way, which I love. It was so clean. It looked so good. So even that was good. There were no own goals, which was unusual because there were a lot of own goals in a lot of these Champions League group stage matches. So yeah, I think all the goals were outstanding. So I think the attacking was great on both these teams. The defense, obviously, I mean, as you might imagine by the score, I think that was the fact that the defense was neither of those teams were good.
Well, here's the Juventus. I don't know, man. I got a soft spot in my heart for them. You got to think like when I first started watching soccer, it was like at the death of the Italian dominance. You know what I mean? Like I should say not
Yeah.
when I first started, but like when I first was like, okay, I'm into it. Right? I'm going to watch it all the time. The Italian dominance was fading and almost gone, and then you had the rise of, everybody saying, "Well, the Premier League's the best," but Real Madrid and Barcelona are the best two teams in the world, but it was anyway. It's wild to see that. So I'm trying to think, what do we want to stick with? Italy or Germany? Let's go to Germany. Girl, Leverkusen. Leverkusen. Leverkusen.
I want to talk about it.
What's that? So I feel as though things are up and down for not only Leverkusen, but our boy Malik Tillman.
Yeah, he played. I mean, they played horribly. He played really terribly. Like, I mean, just speaking of the Champions League game, he got a goal in the Leverkusen League game on Sunday. So
I saw that, yeah.
I don't think he actually played that well, but he did get the goal, so props to him on that. But he was actually, like, utterly terrible in the Champions League game, which was so sad.
Right?
Yeah, he got yanked on, like, the 50... No, it wasn't before halftime, but it was right after halftime. It was, like, the 53rd minute or something. I mean, he looked... I hate to say this because I like him and I want him to do well, and I don't like this of anybody, but like he looked like it was one of the worst performances I've seen in a long time. Almost every single time the ball came to his feet, he got dispossessed. He couldn't complete a pass. I mean, he just looked like he did not have his head on, and it wasn't in the game, and he just looked like he didn't know what he was doing. So it got a lot better after he was subbed out, which I don't think is a coincidence.
So, before we get into the team, let me ask. I really don't want to sound like an asshole and bring up weird shit, but like Malik Tillman has been pretty solid everywhere he's been. Now he hasn't been dependent on as the man, but like he's been solid. So, do you think it's the pressure, or do you think it's the getting used to the environment, or do you think the guy's on drugs and like some games he's like too high to do it, and some games he's clean and sober and killing it?
I think it is the pressure, honestly. I mean, I know he was big at PSV, but he's taking on a big role. I think he is in part taking Florian Wirtz's place. Obviously, huge steps to fill. He got the number 10 jersey. Like, there are a lot of expectations on him, and I think he was coming off of injury for the first few matches. I don't know how, sometimes there's still lingering injury. I don't want to even make an excuse for him, but that could be part of it. But I think the confidence. And he seems like, I mean, I'm just from what I've heard and listening to, some interviews and reading some other stuff, he seems like a pretty shy, kind of quiet guy. And so I think he probably just needs time to build up he needs a little bit of like a persona to build into, and in order to be the face of the team and kind of be a star, like the way that he's positioned right now. And I think he's just not there yet. But I think it'll come.
You know what he needs? He needs like his own Joe Scally. He needs they need to find his like best friend.
A friend.
And like sign him to like a bench player position, or you know what, even better, go sign Timothy Tillman. Bring his brother, his actual brother. No.
Yeah, I'm sure that would help.
LA would be pissed. So Leverkusen as a team. Okay, what's going on in Champions League with them, and then what's going on in the league with them here? Champions League.
Yeah.
They're in 17.
So they, yeah, we tied. It was one game. It was against Copenhagen, which should have been a obviously winnable game. I don't want to say obviously. I don't, maybe they're really good, but
they might be strong this year. You never know.
Yeah, I think Leverkusen probably expected to win. It was away, and honestly, the fans, no offense to them, it was like an annoying game to watch because they do that thing where every time the other team gets the ball, they whistle really loud. So you're watching and all you can hear is like that shrieking, like shrill sound every time your team has. And Leverkusen had I think the majority of the possession. So it did not seem very hospitable, and it wasn't that fun to watch. And then add to that Leverkusen was playing terribly. I mean, it's fun, but like after like 45 minutes, you're like, oh my God, my head.
I got to tell you,
if
I hear a Vuvuzela, I go to like my happy place. I got to tell you, one of
that I do too. Those are some good memories.
Oh my God. That was, you know what? I'm not even going to lie. Not only was the 2010 World Cup just fun from start to finish, but like everything in my life for that like month and a half went pretty well too. Like all of life was good at that point. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
So, all right, talking about teams that always find themselves in the middle here. Chelsea and Bayern. How did that work out? I did not see this game. I really didn't watch any of this. I'm actually asking just out of curiosity.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Chelsea Bayern, it was at Bayern, so very loud. I think that might have had Chelsea obviously played in the Club World Cup, and they played in some loud environments there, and it maybe wasn't as much of a factor. It seemed like they were getting a little bit. It seemed like they were fine until they started losing, and then they just completely lost steam. And I think part of that with the crowd just being so loud and so on top of them, and they did the thing where they were booing and whistling Kukurea every time he got the ball because of the handball against Germany
Oof.
in last year's Euros. It seemed like a pretty chaotic environment. It did seem like Chelsea was doing fine. Like they were doing okay. They were maybe just like a little bit behind Bayern in terms of preparedness and attacking for the first half. Cole Palmer had a great goal. He actually had a second goal that would have looked good if it hadn't been offside. But there was just a point where I think it just became clear that Bayern was going to take all the points, and Chelsea just looked like, honestly, the second half, it looked like they gave up. They made some pretty egregious mistakes. I'd say almost all of the goals that Bayern got, or like at least two of them, were Chelsea like straight up mistakes. Like they passed.
Well, the first
it was
one's
a weak
listed as an own goal.
Yeah, own goal. So that one was tough because that was like a pretty good play by, I think it was Olise, who, it was a corner and he positioned it perfectly so that it went off. It would have gone off somebody. Like it would have gone in the goal either way, in my opinion. Obviously, yes, they calculate that when they're factoring whether or not it's an own goal, but that one was even maybe less of a mistake. The other ones were like actually like a Chelsea player was passing the ball by their own goal and it just got taken up like by Kane or whoever, and then they got scored on, and I think they gave up. They seemed pretty disheartened by that.
Well, Kane is playing out of his mind apparently. Like this
is
a new renaissance.
He's having I hate to say it as a Bayern hater, but yeah, he's looking really good. I mean, he's because I'm not used to seeing him score non-penalty goals. He's scoring a lot of non-penalty goals, and he did score a penalty in that game, but he did score some other non-penalties as well, and yeah, he's looking really good.
Yeah, God, the better Harry Kane does, the more my heart hurts. But
Yeah.
you brought up Cole Palmer earlier, and boy, was I given a lesson about this young man who I thought was rather rizzless. No, apparently, I had no idea. I had no idea Cole Palmer was cool, and I had no idea he had a gorgeous sister. So there's that too. So Anyway, well,
if she's watching,
if she's watching, don't call because I will get in trouble. Anyway, anywho, I guess we can wrap up our Champions League talk real quick before taking a quick break. Was there anything else that caught your eye in your Champions League journey here this past week?
Yeah, I think the games I didn't watch, I watched highlights of, I think, Kariat, the Kazakhstan team, playing their 18-year-old goalkeeper. That poor guy.
Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to bring that up. How did he do? I mean, obviously they lost.
Yeah, they lost, but honestly, they probably imagined that they were going to lose by more, and they actually were doing pretty well until the second half, and it just it came apart, and the other team got like a good goal scoring rhythm, but he did really well. He saved a penalty in the first half, and he was making some really good saves. He was looking really good. I'm looking this guy up, and you're like, okay, sure, he's 18, whatever. He's the third place or the third choice goalkeeper because their first two goalkeepers both injured. You're looking him up, and you're like, okay, he's played 2 games. This can't be right. This is his second professional game ever. And then you're like, okay, wait, he didn't even play. He was a bench. It looked like something like he was a bench player for the second team even. So he didn't even play. He wasn't even a starter for the second team.
He's not even the second
and now
team
he's
starter.
out there at the Champions League. Props to him. Shout out to him. I think he had a really, really good performance. All things considered, the penalty save was great. Shout out to him. I couldn't do it.
Well, the whole situation made me want to ask you a question. Have you ever had a job that you were woefully unprepared or unqualified for?
Oh, many. You always gotta. You got to fake it and then make it seem, it's like you're doing a presentation. Again, my work, don't watch this, but you're asked to talk in a presentation and you've not been paying attention or not been looking, you weren't prepared and you're just like talking out your ass. And this is that, except you can't fake it.
Oh man, trust me, I know how to talk in circles, man. I was in sales for a long time. But yeah, I think that it was I was in between jobs. I had one of those like adult paper routes where you have so many houses it actually makes money, but your schedule is awful. So I quit that. And it was before I got into the electrical industry. I was like, fuck, I need to do something. And my girlfriend at the time was like, oh, go to this apartment complex and do maintenance. And mind you, I owned a house for 11 years. I got handy, but I didn't really start out as a handy kind of guy. And so I get there, day 2, like day 1 was just like, oh, here's everything. Here's your uniform. Follow this guy around, just like slap down a trim around a carpet. Okay. Day 2, change out a toilet by myself because it like there was a gunshot that like, or there was like a shooting there and it went through the wall and destroyed the toilet. So,
oh my God,
I had no fucking clue how to do this. Like apparently, oh my God. So I literally 3 days in, I quit. I was like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm good.
I thought the story was going to end with you learning how to.
Oh, I installed
the toilet.
I installed that toilet. I trust me, I did it.
There you go.
I'll tell you you know what? I might not know how to do a lot of things, but the one thing I do know how to do is read the instructions. Anyway,
is that in the instructions? How to fix a toilet if that's been
No, you don't fix the toilet, you replace it. You just
replace it. Okay. Yeah.
I should have said I replaced it, but that also was something I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Anyway, I think we're going to take a quick break because we're going to have to come back and talk. I want to know we're going to give you your Serena's Leverkusen corner to talk about the league. And then we have some MLS things. And then we obviously have a lot to talk about with the Fire. We'll be right back. Peace. Welcome back, fellow enemies of the Fire. We are here to speak about the namesake of the show, the Chicago Fire. And Serena, I am glad we didn't record last week because this week I feel a whole hell of a lot better. But
yeah.
Oh man,
it worked out nicely.
But we did get good news last week. So before we get into previewing or talking about any games, oh my God! Which, by the way, we're changing things up. We recorded a preview with Konor Knows Soccer for the upcoming Columbus Crew game. So we're not really going to talk a lot about the game coming up because we talked a lot about the game coming up. So anyway, Serena, good news. Orhel, Brady, and Pineda all re-signed.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
Brady?
That?
I mean, thankful. Who knows what it actually means for, his next few years, but I'm happy. Orhel too. I feel like he's looked good. Pineda, a little bit, maybe less feelings or fewer feelings about, but
well, I mean, Pineda,
what do you think?
Like, the thing that I always kind of wanted to happen with the Fire is happening is that, like, we're pushing down good guys. We're pushing them down in the lineup. And
yeah.
And to be fair, you are a really good team if one of your bottom players is Pineda, who can play center back,
That's
who
true.
can play center mid.
He's he's kind of like a little Lego piece that you just keep him in your back pocket, keep him there. He can slot in and do the job.
And I think despite my love for the kid, I think Orhel is becoming that as well, which we'll talk more about that due to other signings. But I love that they kept both of those guys. Now, I don't know, and I almost hope he doesn't hear this. We are the beneficiary of Chris Brady being the most undervalued player in the league in the planet on
Yep.
in the universe, and he apparently has the worst agent ever. This guy should be the starting goalkeeper for the U.S. men's national team and should be demanding a move to a top 5 league for an instant starting spot for $40 million.
Yeah.
Like, Brady's fucking
Yeah.
incredible. The fact that we were able to re-sign him is just phenomenal. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I hope he doesn't hear that, but his agent sucks.
Yeah, don't listen to these instructions, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, and maybe they are just trying to lock him down so that they could get someone to pay some nice load of money for him, and maybe that's their way of doing that, because maybe they think this is the last year of him being undervalued. I don't know. I think if the Fire make the playoffs and however far we go, that can only do more to put him more in the spotlight, or in kind of more, the average MLS person's probably not watching his performances, but the more that happens, the more people are going to see that he's good, and the sadder we will be because he'll leave, but better for his career, maybe.
Well, that's the thing. We need somebody, right? It was good to sell Slonina. Like, Brady, to me, I was terrified he was gone after last season, right? And we got Dowd in the wings. Yeah. So it's just like, eventually you're going to hit a roadblock where the guy isn't awesome. But it's what is the right move? As an MLS fan, I love this. Stay here forever, Chris Brady. We'll build you a statue.
Yeah.
But honestly speaking, it's got to be something behind the scenes, because what are people not seeing? Like, Matt Freese is nowhere near as good as Chris Brady. I mean, I guess we'll see kind of if that's just Pochettino or if that's everybody when we see like end of the year awards and like how people vote on goalkeepers, but it just boggles my mind that nobody thinks Chris Brady is just huge potential. I don't know. I
mean, he is so young. I forget that he's so young. He carries himself so, and this speaks to how good he is. He carries himself so well, and, he has a lot of authority and kind of seems like he has experience when he's back there. I do think 21 is really young for a top-tier goalkeeper generally. Like, I feel like a lot of the top leagues look for someone a little older who they know they can count on as, like, maybe like to slot in as a leadership role if they need it, and have that experience back there. So maybe they're just wait. Maybe we just wait. I mean, I do really keep forgetting he's only 21. Like,
you're right.
He's got years.
He does feel like 24 at least. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but between 21 and 24, that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're right. He does seem a little older than he is, but man, I think the world of the kid. I think he's an amazing keeper, and I've been fooled before.
Chris Brady.
Well, I've been fooled before. I thought Sean Johnson was the second coming, but I still don't think. I think there's far worse things in life to be than Sean Johnson too. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's had a nice career. Which former home of Sean Johnson, New York City FC. Fire played them 2 weeks ago, and we got our fucking asses kicked at home.
Yeah, it was disheartening, to say the least. Not fun.
It was one of those, so Franco's going to come up a lot here. So his first game, he looked out of his depth, which was wild, right? He looked confused. Then he played amazing the next game, and then the third game was the New York City game. And again, he looked like him and Avila looked like they didn't even play the same sport. They couldn't connect. They couldn't do the things they need to do. And literally, and the only person who played well was Zink with the goal, right? But Gutman struggled. They hammered what's his nuts in the defense. I can't think of the guy's name. Oh, my brain is dying. Still getting over
our
being
new guy.
Sick. But no,
all of them were hammered. I mean, Elliot got the shit kicked out of him.
You're right. You're not wrong. They did really hammer our defense, which is kind of funny because I'll bring this up now. I want to talk about the FIFA ratings EAFC ratings for all the Fire players, but I don't know if we'll get around to that. But the one thing is they had them all out so all the guys could see them in a little video. And apparently, which I didn't know this, Sam Rogers apparently is one fast guy because Orahel was dogging him because he's like, oh look, I'm faster than him. He's like, there's no way that's not true.
I'm the fastest guy.
with a team with Marin Holly Selassie, Jonathan Bamba, Sam Rogers is the one claiming to be the fastest individual in the building, and Chris Mullen.
Yeah.
He's just like he was just like they just I got screwed because I'm in defense. But anyway, which is wild. But yeah, you're right. The defense did not cover themselves in glory.
Yeah. I feel like, and just back to Franco on that game. I mean, he got pulled pretty early, I think, and I almost took that as a sign. And I will say, while I was in the game, I wasn't following all these changes closely because it was just such a. It just didn't. It was so not fun. Like being there is just like
fun.
It was not fun. But looking afterwards, I'm almost thinking like someone's pulled that early, and it just makes you think maybe Greg realized that our lineup or just our setup wasn't working, and it wasn't necessarily like you said, it wasn't maybe it wasn't that Franco wasn't performing, even though he wasn't. It was more just that he wasn't performing in the role that Greg was testing him out in, and he wasn't working with Davila, and he wasn't communicating with people that were in his line. That's the only thing I can think of is how it could just be so night and day, because he looked great last weekend.
Oh yeah,
against Minnesota.
Oh,
and he was working well with everybody, and he kind of felt like he had authority and he was in control and all of that, and which just did not look like that at NYCFC. Nobody did, but
well, I forgot that was a home game because I missed that game. Before we move on, was there any in-person issues, politics things? Was the section
not
okay?
Really. It was okay. It was more just like, that was one of the more disheartened games I've been to in a while, because even the instruments kind of just stopped playing in the last 20, 15 minutes. Like, people were just, there were some people trying to get the chants back going, but it was like we knew we were getting our asses kicked. There wasn't even like a moment where it looked like we weren't going to be getting our asses kicked. So there was Zink gets that goal, and you're like, so for the first 13 minutes looked great, and then we started looking more and more poor, and then concede that goal right before half. Every Fire fan knows the way that's going the second half, and it did go that way.
Which, it just, oh man, that does suck when you're at a game and you just know already. It's just, early.
Yeah,
and
we were just out, Matt. Like, it was so clear.
And you're right, that was the most disheartening game, because if you think about it, you and I both talked about this. Going in the New England game, it was like, okay, this is the first must-win game of the season, and we murdered them. And so like we were on such a high of like, wow, what can we do? That then the NYCFC game was such a gut punch, man. That like lost a lot of motivation, dude. It just, you're right, disheartening is the word. Now, you brought it up. So last Saturday they played Minnesota United, one of the best teams in the West, mind you. Made a lot of moves. A lot of guys are looking good. They're in like third in the West, and we went in there and we won 3-0 and looked world beater. Like now I think Franco and Avila are going to be best 11 midfielders next season, right? Like,
yeah, it looked so good. Yeah, everyone was working together. Like, oh, it was beautiful. I watched it on replay. I did watch the whole thing. I didn't just watch the highlights. It was, I will say, it was maybe even better to be doing something else and getting the goal like alerts, because I just so wasn't expecting that we would win 3-0.
That's funny, because you hit up the group text, which is funny because I went to turn it on, and I was like 2 minutes too early, like it hadn't started yet. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll get up and I'll go pee. And then like a half hour later, I'm like, oh shit, the game. So then like I turned it on, and thankfully we were so far up that like in the like 70th minute, I started like fast forwarding so I could like finally start talking in the group chat.
I see. Yeah.
So
because I was out to dinner and I kept getting those alerts, and I wanted to know what happened. They don't tell you exactly what's happening, so
that's great.
I just couldn't believe Waterman scored. Our new defender was the guy with the first goal. I was like, again not seeing it. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, well, and that's
How
the
could
other
that be?
thing. Waterman did not play in the NYCFC game, and then Waterman
What?
gets the first goal. Right? He did not play, right? Or am I crazy?
I don't
I
know if he
don't.
maybe he played. I don't.
He didn't
He might have
start at
played, but
least.
just didn't play well. Yeah,
But
maybe he didn't start. Yeah.
he gets that goal off of and yes, okay, everyone has said it. Yeah, Minnesota is like the best team with free kicks or with why can't I think of the word?
Set pieces. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, with set pieces. So of course the Fire go into their house and instantly score on a set piece. And then they do the same play. I you know
Amazing.
my dad always tells me about the, playing football back in the late 50s, early 60s, and they had this coach, and it was like he would run the same play until they stopped it, and then he would run another one. So, like, I kind
Yeah.
of love it. Like, if it works, keep doing it till you make them stop
And
it.
it was shock. Like watching the second goal, I on replay, I didn't realize how much it was the exact. Like I didn't realize how much it would be the exact same goal. I was almost like, wait, did I like mess something up here? Did I like rewind too far? It's the exact same delivery, like the exact same. The only difference was the ricochet. But other than that, yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
What a good idea.
it was amazing, and like I brought this up later. But we talk about Zinkernagel a lot later. But no, like the announcers were singing his praises. They were saying best 11 season, and yes, we are witnessing one of the best moves the Chicago Fire have ever made in one of the best transfers in the history of this team. Like, I mean, I,
Who knew? Who knew he'd just be out of his mind like pretty much the end. I mean, again, knocking on wood, but it wasn't like he even like really had a lull. Like he's been good.
I can't wait. I'm not gonna put it in this episode, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna listen to one of the very first episodes and hear us freaking out about like who's Zinkernagel? What's this all about?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's true.
oh
Yeah.
God. Oh man. So so everybody, I mean, Kuipers look good. I feel like Kuipers is the unsung hero now. Like last year, it was like, oh my God, we have Kuipers. It's the only thing we have. And now this year, we don't talk about him nearly as much, but he's still
Yeah,
banging in
we don't need
goals.
to.
He's still doing his thing, and
Yeah. Except for he didn't miss the penalty, or the penalty was
it
saved,
was
and
safe.
that
That
was tough on him.
yeah,
I think that's just it happened. So it wasn't like it wasn't like the best penalty that I've ever seen taken. It wasn't a huge mistake. It was just it was a good save. So
well, it makes you wonder
yeah,
because
but like
remember, Gutierrez was taking most of the penalties all season.
yeah, we were wondering that like why that stuck because wasn't Gucci the one who I think he won the penalty? Like he was the one who was fouled. It would have been cool if he took it. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to get Kuipers that goal
Yeah, that would have
or
been
yeah,
nice.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
because Kuipers, we've been saying it all season. Like, why don't you pad his stats and have him take PKs? But maybe it's not
Yeah,
his forte, you know.
yeah,
But
yeah. Didn't yeah.
so I'm back to feeling positive. You'll hear our thoughts about where we think the game is going to end on on later on. But
This weekend.
yes, oh my God,
Yeah.
brain is losing it. So I wanted to bring up one last thing here. We are really getting down to it. We have 4 games left. So our playoff future is in our hands. Now, Columbus at home, Miami on the road, Toronto at home, New England on the road.
Yes.
I feel like a win and a draw is like a dream scenario.
It feels doable to me.
I mean, 3 wins
I'm with
feels
you on the positivity.
three wins feels doable, right? I do think they can beat Columbus, especially right now.
Yeah, I feel like my only thing with that is it's just a situational thing about being at home at Soldier Field where seems like they have not liked to play recently. So that's the only thing, like, because it's like the two teams are kind of close and because they have that going on. But I could very well see it going. I could be wrong and it going. We do win that.
Well, I really hope we win that game. Now, Miami, that feels like Miami is getting, sharpening their knives for the playoffs. I don't have high hopes for that game on the road on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, the Tuesday thing, yeah.
So the one that I have a ton of, that I came into this thinking was amazing, is now the one scaring me. Toronto at home. Toronto has already made a lot of moves. They're no longer the piece of shit Toronto team that they've been. They're kind of already morphing into a better team, and they've got a little bit of momentum. I desperately hope we win that game.
Yeah, they're still not like amazing though, right? Am I like they're better than they were, but they're not like
No, they're not amazing or anything. No, they're just they've got hope. They're having hope again. Like that light is shining in their soul again, and like
yeah. Like maybe a little bit of an upward, positivity wise.
Exactly, and like
Yeah.
end the season strong on something like on a good note, like oh god, and then we play new. So first and foremost, are you worried about us making the playoffs?
I will say no. I'm not.
Okay.
I think our next few, like, yeah, the Miami one aside, and like Miami really need to go all out. With this game, like it's a midweek game. It's just kind of weird. I don't know how.
They're like us. They have a few games in hand. They have like 3 games in hand. Actually, they might be overplayed. That might actually be a good one for us. But they're in 5th with 52 points. They could easily leapfrog everybody, right?
Yeah.
So that, I mean, that shoot, we only have 1 game in hand, don't we? Like they could easily leapfrog everybody. We're in 9th place.
Yeah. I keep forgetting how close the points are. The thing is, we just need to not take any of these matches or teams for granted. Like, I don't think we should think about it. They shouldn't think about having any of them in hand. They should think about, okay, we can't have some surprise upset and we can't, lose to New England or whatever.
Well, if they draw 4 of them, we end on 49 points, and we would still be in 9th place, and we would need help from New York to like be bad at soccer.
Yeah. Not a position I want to be in.
No, not at all. We actually need to win it. God damn it, we need. Remember when I thought we just needed to win 3 games and we were clear? I think we need to win 2 more games already.
Yeah.
Crap.
But I really do think even if we draw next game, even draw Miami. I mean, we drew Miami when they were at Soldier Field, and that was when everybody had fresher legs and all. Right. I think we have fresher legs than Miami does right now. Like we have new players and haven't been playing cup games and whatever. So I don't know. I could see that game. I could see it being a tie too, and then we win the next 2. Like I'm happy with that.
God, I can't believe we lost 11 games. We should have drawn more.
Yeah.
We should have got more draws.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man. 13 win Chicago Fire team right now. Dude, this is man, I can't even speak. I got to tell you, I think I'm more excited to go through this agony and this whole like I think I'm really excited. I'm ready to have my heart ripped out of my chest here. Like I'm like
I'm dramatic.
I'm ready for the drama, I think. I'm here for it. So
yeah.
I'm still a believer. I still think we're going to make the playoffs.
Me too.
I'm a believer. Oh god. Okay. Real quick. Who do you think is the highest rated player from FIFA on our team?
It's got to be Zing, but I feel like it's not because I remember seeing his video where he got presented with his card and I was shocked and he was not happy.
Oh, he wasn't happy, was he?
Or he was like, he kept they do those videos where they make them guess what their numbers
Yo,
are, and he kept guessing higher than he got. And I think at one point he even said, like, why did you guys show me this?
I gotta go back and watch some of that. Well,
Yeah.
it's not Zinkernagel. He is in third place at a 75.
Yeah, okay. Kuipers?
Yes, you're correct. Actually, I tried to make it really easy for you because Kuipers and Bamba are tied at 77.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, Bamba. Okay.
I mean,
good for Bamba. That's yeah.
Well, we actually this is the perfect time to bring this up. We brought like Serena. I asked Serena if she gamed at all, if she gave a shit about any of this, and she's like, "Nah." And we were like, and I knew if I didn't say anything first, DPG was gonna say it because he continually tries to get people to play Football Manager, and I'm telling you, like Serena with Football Manager, like it would ruin her life faster than crack. Like I'm telling you, stay away, stay away, stay away.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, I should. I know.
I like how Andrew told you should play it. Like people, he knows.
He did. He was like, I think you'd like it.
That's funny.
I think I would like it. That's not the problem.
So those are so they have gold, silver, and bronze. Those were our 3 gold players, right? Bamba, Kuiper, Zink. Our next highest rated player is Kwame, who we haven't seen. They rate him at 73. Oh, that's what I was going to say. That's why I brought that up, that you didn't give a shit about this stuff. Jonathan Bamba is like a FIFA legend. Like, for whatever reason, they always hook him up with like a good, with good special stuff. So like they already like him there in EA land.
Okay.
But then Franco's a 72, Jack Elliott's a 72, Kellen Acosta a 71, Chris Brady, the disrespect continues at a 69, Brian Gutierrez at a 68, Waterman at a 68, Gutman at a 67, Chris Mueller at a 67, Marin Holly Selassie cannot get any improvement for like the last 4 years, still at a 66. Sam
That's
Rogers
crazy.
at a 66. Mauricio Pineda at a 65. And those were all our silvers. Oh my God, I can't believe we didn't talk about this guy. I can't believe as a Fire podcast we like refuse to bring up Jonathan Dean. I mean, there might be a reason for that,
Yeah.
but apparently, well, not apparently, I watched the game. He played amazing. He did. He played amazing in the last game.
He played really well, yeah.
Him and Gutman, which are way up the field. I know we played with a back 3 kind of thing, and I know I'm scared of that, but like it looked good. We looked good. I'm not mad at it. Anyway, bronze players.
Yeah. It's so random though. Like Andrew and I were watching, we were like, how is Jonathan Dean the guy who's like stuck around and just been in the starting lineup like all these games?
Well,
and he's like fine. Yeah, he's yeah.
Bamba's been playing well. Gutman was like higher than Bamba. Like I was irritated by it because in the New York game, because there was many a time I found Gutman was higher than Bamba, like staying higher on the pitch. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna finish this off. Bronze players: Chase Gaspar 63, Jonathan Dean 63, Jeff Gall 63, Omar Gonzalez 63, Tom Barlow 61, Barroso 58. Sergio Orejel, 57. David Pareba, 55. Justin Reynolds, 54. Sam Williams, 52. And Christopher Cups, 52. EA hates young players. EA hates young players. I did not see Avila in there. I don't know what Avila's is.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's good.
Yeah, weren't they joking around about him being like a 9?
Oh no, I gotta go back and watch these videos. The Fire, you know what? Shout out to the Chicago Fire media team. Put out incredible videos. They do a good job on a lot of stuff. Honestly, the one thing that has improved about this team the most since Andrew Hopman's left is everything around the team is just so much better. It just is better. Just so much better. Anyway.
Or, polished, cohesive.
Yeah.
They've got a plan.
Fun, a little more engaging, less like combative. Like it just felt like if they put on an event, it was like, ugh, all right, everyone just line up. Now it's like, please come to our event. We enjoy you. Thank you.
Have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like a special treat. Yeah.
Anyway.
Your bones got a little machine. You're the bone machine.
Welcome, fellow enemies of the fire. We are here with a very special guest to preview the upcoming Chicago Fire versus Columbus Crew game. Konor knows soccer. Konor, how we doing? How you been? It's been a minute since you've been on the channel.
I've been good. To be completely honest with the both of you, this is the time of year where my soccer brain gets shut off a little bit towards the end of the season. Being from Ohio, this time of year is all about Ohio State football, so that's what I've kind of been focusing on the past couple weeks. I'm going to be honest with the both of you again. I have not been able to watch the last two Crew games because I was at a football game, and last week I was out drinking with the cousins.
Okay, well that's acceptable.
I was out drinking, and I was at a football game.
So we have not checked in with you for a hot minute. So before we get into any details, as a Columbus Crew supporter, how do you feel about your current season?
If you go by what the internet has to say, it's the second coming has happened, and everything is falling apart. But from somebody who's watched majority of the games every single year, I mean, could it be better? Yeah, but I mean, we're looking at the playoffs either way. And would I like to get in an automatic spot? Yes. But I also like to host a playing game if we get to that point. Yes, because it's just an extra home playoff game. Plus, you win that game, it gives us a chance to knock off Philadelphia. So,
which everyone wants to do. So, we as the Fire faithful, Serena has been keeping me very positive every week. Sometime around like Monday, I feel very negative, and then about the time we record, I get positive again. But no, I feel really good about our chances. It's been a schizophrenic season, just like we thought it was going to be, and it's been a lot of fun. So we're kind of looking forward to this one. So this one is in. Wait, where is this? Is this at home? Do we have to?
It's at home.
Oh God, we're going.
Yeah, it's at home.
Oh my God. Okay, I haven't been to a game in so long.
Well, the Fire, they hate playing at home.
Yes.
So
So
you got that going for you.
Are you guys going to rotate at all for any reason? Do you got any extra games coming up? Anything that matters, or are we just?
No, I think all the extra games are done with. Because we made up the New York City game last week. Then other than that, the only games we got left is you and Chicago, Orlando on the road, and then after the international break, New York at home, and then it's the playoffs.
So how are you guys on the road this year? Because we're bad. Like we are literally. I think I heard we were like what 4-4-4 or something, or 5-5-5 or something crazy at home. I don't know.
Yeah, not great. Well, and I feel like they're fine at fine at Bridgeview. They're not good at Soldier Field.
Yeah, why is that? Why?
Doesn't help. Well, the one that I go to, they're bad at.
According to Google, we are 12-4-1 on the road, and that is win, loss, draw. So we've won 12 games on the road.
Holy shit!
And then
really,
apparently this year we set an MLS record 10-match road winning streak.
What? I didn't even know any of this was happening.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh my God. So
Wait.
Right.
Oh, I don't think. Yeah, it says 2025 regular season. They finished the season. Okay, I think this might be a little bit off because that is Google AI. So let me. Okay.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, I was way off. Um, According to FB Ref, we're 5, 6, and 4 on the road this season.
Okay, 5, 6, and
Okay.
4. That's still not bad.
So yeah. Yeah.
We are no good at home. So how is the? I have obviously we haven't been paying attention because we were all fooled by AI. But who how has the new Palestinian striker been doing?
He has 3 goals in 3 games.
Nice.
So, but he did come
Cool.
off injured late in the game on Saturday, from what I've been seeing. But there hasn't been any official word
Okay,
on
no
his
update
status
on.
yet for
Okay,
Saturday.
so we're gonna find out
Other
about
than
that in a
that,
second.
Camacho's been out all season. I don't think Bro's coming back. Mo Farsi has been injured for months with the pelvic issue. But if we can escape into the playoffs and have a full healthy team with Farsi healthy, Abu Ali healthy, um, I think we're solid. We get everybody back healthy, we can make a run.
So you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing, Serena, that they're gonna rotate. They don't give a shit. This is on the road. They don't care. I hope
Yeah.
they share Connor's disposition about it because we desperately would need this win. We have this. We got Miami on
Yeah.
Tuesday. Like, we
Yeah.
desperately need a win.
I
We
hope
got
they rotate. I hope they pull a Minnesota and rotate and don't care about the Fire and
I
just
completely
assume.
forgot to mention that Rossi is out as well. He's out to the end of the season with a
Oh.
Yeah,
hammy.
I did see that.
Oh
He's
God!
Yeah, you have a lot of. It looks
leading
like a
goal
lot of
scorer.
injuries.
Damn, Columbus
Rossi,
is
Farsi, Camacho, Zawadski.
banged up a little bit. So who do you have in the midfield? Because right now, I'll tell you about the Fire. We seem to have settled, and I think Brian Gutierrez is a victim of the formation, but we've seemed to have settled on having Avila and Franco in the center playing off of each other. And that looked horrific one week and then looked like prime, Iniesta and, I can't even, Busquets the next week. So I'm actually pretty jacked about that partnership and what our midfield is looking like. I mean, finally Zinc. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't listen to the commentary ever, but the announcers were completely right with best 11 talk. I'm starting to wonder.
And
go ahead.
no, go for it.
I was about to say I'm starting to wonder if maybe we didn't waste our next DP slot because Zinc might want to raise.
That could be true. I will say I think Franco though looks like a good friend for Zinc, which is nice. Like he was looking really good.
Is Zinc not a DP?
No, he plays out on the wing.
I thought you signed him on a DP contract.
Pardon?
I thought he was a DP signing.
No, he's TAM.
No,
he's a TAM deal. Yeah, Zinkernagel's on a TAM deal, and yeah, probably the best.
And no one knew he was going to be as good as he is.
Best deal on the team, and I mean,
so I know you said we're going to try to keep it short, but remind me, Bomba, Kuipers, and who else?
Is Zinkernagel. So our front line. Oh, DPs? No, it's just Bomba and Kuipers. We went the 4 U22s.
Oh, you did?
Is Franco
yes. No, because Franco and Avila are the under 22s, right? So Franco, Avila, and then Pareba. And where's Men in Red when you need them with the goddamn roster breakdown? Hold on.
Oh, Franco's on loan. That's what it is. Franco's on loan right now.
Okay.
He's 27.
Oh.
Yeah, he's on loan. I think we should. They were saying this on the feed or on the commentary that we should make it permanent. If he plays like he did last game, I wouldn't be opposed.
I think so. I mean, I like it. I think Kwame never got his chance. If you look at the FIFA ratings,
Yeah.
FIFA thinks Kwame should have been awesome, but yeah, I think it's done for with Kwame, and it's just, I don't know, man. I got to tell you, Connor, for the first time since I've met you, I am confident that the Fire are the better team and are going to win a game against the Columbus Crew.
Wow.
Which, oh my God, it's been a long time, man. Oh.
Restrained silence there.
Hey, it is what it is. So, Connor,
What?
tell the people. Tell the people. So you are banking the whole playoff run on injuries, but do you have enough duct tape to keep shit together? Like if everybody isn't back at the same rate, like how are you playing like reserve? Like are you playing kids or are you playing like past its?
I mean, a lot of the kids are coming in off the bench, but like our defense all year has just been throw shit at the wall and hope it sticks. I mean, NYC beat us 5-4 in the 93-2 in the, fucking 99th minute. And then the game before that, we beat Atlanta 5-4. So it was like, I don't even know.
It's like us, but in reverse. That's exactly what I mean. NYCFC also kicked our ass, and then we kicked the next person's ass.
So our last five, if you guys want to run a form here, our last five. Well, let me get 1, 2, 3, 4. Our last five was a loss, a draw, a win, a loss, and a draw.
Literally all over the place. That's kind of the exact season we're having. Like, are you having as much fun as we are?
Yes and no.
Is this is this just like a hiccup and they're gonna be back to the Crew like next year, or is the window closing on you?
If you look at the Crew 96 hashtag on Twitter, everybody's like burn it down, fire everyone, and restart. But when we look, it could be a lot worse. This could be the 2010 season because a lot of your OGs would remember that prior to 2010, there was huge roster turnover, and that side still somehow managed to make the playoffs. And everybody's comparing this year to the 2010 season. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, it is just funny the difference in what expectations will do because, I mean, obviously you guys are ahead of us and we feel like, we're not last finally. We're not like dead last in the table. So it's a good season for us. Whereas for you guys, being better than where we are now is not a good season for you.
Well, it's also the difference between like us building something and them retooling after some missing parts. Because we forget how much the offense was pilfered at the end of last season.
Yeah.
Because they just now you just now solved the striker problem. I love how he's intently looking. But so let me get, Connor, before we let you go, let me get a prediction out of this game.
I think for some reason, if we need a turnaround game, in my opinion, it's always Chicago. Chicago's always the game where if you need 3 points,
he's not wrong.
You play Chicago, and that's it. Could be a turning point because like a lot, it's like it. I don't want to say this. It's the point in the season where no matter what you do, no matter how many points you pick up, there's always going to be that people in their parents' basements on Twitter, with their Twitter fingers tweeting about something and how it's not good enough and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. But like I said, my soccer brain is turned off for the rest of the regular season, and then the playoffs will start, and then that's when I'll be back to full.
All right, so 21-14 then.
Right.
You know what? That 21-7. Fire win 3-1.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying. With Serena, what do you got?
I don't know. I want to be positive, but I will say the last game at home against an opponent that was in a similar position table-wise to us did not treat us kindly. So I'm going to go with, I want a win, obviously, but I think maybe a draw is what I'll go with. I think maybe you said the defense was not that great, or was kind of all over the place. Us two, I would say maybe even a 2-2 draw, just to be fun with it.
Yeah, I'll take it, especially going to play Orlando next week. But from one thing that I've noticed, I don't know how much of a common theme this is, but it seems like every single year, every home game, you either give up a goal of the year candidate or you score a goal of the year candidate. It just seems like it's that way with Chicago.
Let's get the ladder, man. Let's score that. I was actually. It's funny you brought that up. I was actually at the game. Was it 2011? Maybe it was the first game of the season, and Marco Papa scored scored a amazing goal, and it won goal of the year. It was from the first game of the season. But anyway, all right. So
were either
what?
Before I go, were either you at the game a couple years ago where Lucas Del Ryan scored from the halfway line?
I was not. No, thankfully.
You weren't at that game?
I was not.
No,
there was a long stretch of time, Konor, that I missed games from about 2018 to 2023. So I did see the miracle Kellen Acosta goal from halfway, but not Zelarayan.
I missed that game. Sad.
Oh, it was a beautiful day out too. It was amazing. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. I was out of 10.
One last question before you go. Is Zelarayan still in Saudi Arabia? What's he doing?
He's in Argentina now.
Oh, good for him. Congratulations.
He's
Also,
the captain of Belgrano.
Oh, nice.
In Argentina.
Do you follow him because he's ex-crew, or did you just stumble across that?
I had a Fantasy subscription for a month, and I watched every game that I could. And then they upped their price to $12 a month, and I said, I ain't doing this.
Fair. All right, so Konor is hitting it hard because he joined us after doing a stream. He was doing the Columbus Blue Jackets versus some other hockey team. Konor, pimp your channels for us. Let us know what you do.
So my main channel, if you want to see my face, that is Konor Knows Soccer. That's Konor Knows Soccer. I do live watch parties for the crew and other soccer starting Wednesday when this is out, right? Toke? Give me a yes, give me a no.
Yeah, today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, it'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah, it's 10:31 on Tuesday night. I'll be doing Europa League tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, off on Friday. Saturday's watch party against your guys' Chicago Fire. That is up in the air because apparently I was voluntold that I will be going to my cousin's house to watch the Ohio State Washington game at 3:30. So
Can't escape.
So it depends on how hungover I am after a 3:30 football kickoff to an 8:30 soccer game.
Can you ask for any more solid of a schedule? I love it. Konor, all right. So where it's Konor Knows Soccer, then what's the second channel?
So the second channel right now is called Columbus Sports Insider, or CSI, wordplay. I'm thinking about changing it to Konor Knows Columbus Sports just to fit the brand a little bit. But over on that channel, I do the game cast for the Blue Jackets, Ohio State, the the new UFL team next year. And that's about it. Columbus Fury volleyball starts back up in January. I'll be doing those games. So
Wow.
basically, what I do,
That's deep.
what I do with that channel is I have the game cast up. I open the chat and I have the radio audio playing. So basically, it's like a sports hangout sort of thing.
Nice.
Cool.
That's fucking awesome, man. I have to jump into some more streams. I haven't been on one of his streams in a little while, but you all should join. And thank you, Konor, for joining us this evening. Good luck on Saturday, but not that much. And take care of yourself, my man. Peace. Digress. I think we have hit the end of this episode. I'm happy because I went to a shit ton of concerts and have new videos to splice in all the breaks. Serena, after 2 weeks, how do you feel? Do you feel refreshed? Do you feel?
Yeah, I feel refreshed. I feel like got a lot of good content. We made it through today. We'll have plenty more good stuff to cover. Plenty more. I mean, Europa League coming up this week. We got the Fire potentially dramatic playoff push. I'm feeling, like you said, I'm ready for the emotion.
It's God, it's gonna be so much drama. Actually, you know what? Like, fuck Europe. We're not talking about Europe. All the next episodes are gonna be all fire all the time. We're gonna dissect every centimeter of the game. Anyway, no. In all seriousness, I'm gonna say this at the end of this episode. Let's see which co-host watch till the end. But I know it's been a revolving door of co-hosts. Like it's been goofy on who's been on and who's been off. Obviously, a lot of life changes for a lot of people are going on, and also we bet Serena. We got her involved too late. We should have got her involved earlier. So in all seriousness, like, yeah, we're really excited about the channel. All of us are really excited about everything that's going on, and I think we're gonna. Anybody who's still here even listen to this, I think honestly, you're gonna really enjoy next season. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun ideas. I think we're gonna really grow as a show. So anyway,
watch the space.
Damn, I didn't make enough space to edit this nicely, but I think I've put this after the Konor thing. Shout out to Konor Knows Soccer. Shout out to Serena. Shout out to DPG and fatherhood and having 3 children and a newborn and all that good stuff. And shout out to James. James is picked the short straw, and he's the one who's sick right now. I was down for the count last week. That's why we did not end up having an episode. Serena, thank you for joining us this evening. Am I missing anything?
Thank you, our host.
Like, subscribe, comment. We're almost to 500 subscribers. Like, please. Peace.
Do it.